Colby, so let's carry that on. Can you just give us some general thoughts on winning the Division II National Championship last year and just really what it took from your team to make that championship run?
Well, I think, the most important thing you says is last year. That trophy says 2017 on it, and this is a new year. So, but, looking back on it, it was a special run, and it was a lot of fun. I tell everybody that we won that national championship on September 24th. And that was the day after we played Kingsville, and these guys, we went, stayed an extra night in Corpus and did over 400 hours of community service there at Port Aransas, ground zero for Hurricane Harvey. And I believe that these guys learned to be a part of something bigger than themselves, and that's what it takes to be a champion, is put the team first. And it came to fruition. We lost, I think it was 8 starters that we started against Winona. We had 8 players that started that game that weren't able to compete and got hurt in the national championship game, and that's a lot of bodies. But when you're building something, and that chemistry was just something special, and I really think that day in Port Aransas had a lot to do with that. But it was fun to win. 35 years. It's how long it had been since Jim Wacker and Southwest Texas had won it, and there's been a lot of tremendous teams and programs over that time that weren't able to get it done. Fred's been around. Was this year number 50 for you, Fred? So that's one of the titans of the Lone Star Conference over there, and he's seen some great teams at Texas A&I. And, Coach Witten had some great teams. We had some good ones at West Texas, but finally pushed through after 35 years. It was great for the Lone Star, and it was fun. Every coach in this room texted or called me every week, except for Coach Tristan. He didn't, but that was neat to see, because as a league we're stronger together, and it was good to you probably text after the game, my phone broke. I wasn't trying to big time you guys, didn't respond, but that was just fun to really win it for the Lone Star Conference. It was a great league, and so it was a fun run.
Garrett, last season you made over half your 84 tackles in the postseason. What was the key to you making so many tackles during that championship run?
Yeah, so in the postseason, you're not promised the next game, and so realizing that this could potentially be my last game, and it could potentially be the seniors' last game. So I guess playing for the seniors was really what drove me throughout the postseason.
Brooks, you've led the Lions in tackles the last 2 seasons. Can you talk about your role on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, as the leader on the defensive side of the ball, I really have to set the example. Even though we have so many returning guys, there's still going to be young guys. There's still going to be guys looking for guidance, and I really have to try to set that example, set the standard for how we're gonna, go about this season and try to be one of the best defenses we can be.
Christoph, with 24 field goals last season, you tied the LC record for most field goals in a season and became just the 6th Division II player to have 24 field goals in a season. What's the most important aspect of the kicking game for you?
For me personally, I play soccer since I was 6 years old, and it comes naturally. God's given me that talent. So being a kicker, a lot of people think that it's super easy. You just go there, kick the ball, and then walk out of the field. But it's just the mentality that you put into the game. You understand what your offense is doing, and you want to help them as much as possible. Let's say I had a mentality, they're like, oh, they're about to score, and they put me in, and I miss, and I say, well, I'll get a next chance. It's not the next chance, it's just that your team is putting so much effort into it that you as well got to put that effort. So just having that mentality of helping the team overcome the next play, and them trusting you in the process, that trusting that you have a good kicker to back you up in case you don't get the touchdown. So yeah, I think that's the most important part of a kicker.
Garrett, Colby mentioned this, but last year you received the NCAA Elite 90 Award, which is presented to the student athlete with the highest cumulative grade point average participating at the final site for each of the NCAA's 90 championships. Can you talk about how you've been able to balance academics and football?
You don't. You just gotta find time to study. It's whether it's on the bus, late at night, in a hotel room, and in the dorm room. God gave me the ability, and I just try to do it all for Him.
Brooks, what's been your favorite non-football memory in Commerce?
Favorite non-football memory would have to be all the great opportunities I've had to reach out and help out communities, especially down in Kingsville for that Hurricane Harvey relief. That was great, and it's really just in terms of non-football how great all the players are at hanging out outside of football. You know, we'll go to the rec center, play some sand volleyball, go swimming, play ping pong, and beat Garrett a bunch. Stuff like that. That's been the best.
And Christoph, last one for you. What's been your favorite, or what was your favorite memory from last year's championship run?
Oh man, championship run, I'll say Central Washington. You know, double overtime, 35 degrees, and it's raining, and there's no lights in the stadium, and it just seems like it's a never-ending game. You know, we come back from 28-7, we tied the game on double overtime, and go in there, and all the pressure's on me. At least that's what it seems like. You know, at that time I wasn't focused on the pressure or anything else, and I just go out there and execute. And all of a sudden, I'm being carried on my teammate's shoulders. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess we did this. You know, we go to the next round. We go to the next round. Minnesota again, kicked again. Not a game-winning field goal, but it was a really impactful field goal that I was able to kick and break my record for that. And just team bonding. You know, the love for the game, the love that we have for each other. It's just really important. And that's all.
All right. Texas A&M-Commerce preseason #1. Thanks, guys.